25 years ago, and I knew no Japanese. I thought I knew no Japanese, but actually, by virtue of being an English speaker, I could automatically speak a little bit of Japanese. It's because Japanese has a very convenient aspect of the language for us English speakers, and is this: if you say certain words of the English language in a Japanese way, in a katakana way, katakana is the syllabary, a, iu, e, o, kakiku, keko, sashi, su, se, so, rariru, ro, laliru, lo. If you pronounce English in this katakana way, sometimes it can magically become Japanese. This is very helpful. First time I came to Japan, it was a very hot day, I was thirsty, I wanted a beer. I just wanted a beer, but I had no idea how to say beer in Japanese, but I just tried it in katakana. I looked at the waitress, I said, biru. And don, the waitress brought me a beer. And I thought, oh, this is fantastic. Next, I wanted a wine, so I just tried it. Don, I got it. A glass of wine. A glass of red wine appeared. And I thought, oh, interesting. No need to learn the Japanese word budo shu, the traditional word for wine, because that's grape sake, budo shu. Now, if you went to a restaurant and you asked a young waiter or waitress for budo shu, they wouldn't even understand what you're saying. Wai is Japanese. I thought, I wonder, I'll try some longer words. I wanted a cheeseburger, so I just said it. Cheezu, baga, don, got it. And I wanted to see how far I could take this. And I was feeling a little bit nostalgic for my mother's banana chocolate chip cake. And I thought, there is no way that this is actually a Japanese word. However, the Japanese bakeries may very well have it, because, you know, Japanese bakeries are amazing. They have the European pastries and breads and everything, and the Japanese ones, they tend to have everything. But I thought, there is no way banana chocolate chip is actually going to be understandable, comprehensible in Japanese, but I tried it. Banana chocolate chip cake. Oh, got it. And I thought, wow, Japanese is so easy. Now, the problem is, there's times when this works and there's times when it doesn't work. The times when it doesn't work, you can run into problems. I ran out of soap in my kitchen, in my apartment in Tokyo, about a year ago, and I'd forgotten the word soap in Japanese, so I looked it up on Google Translate. I Googled it and it came up here, sekken. Very difficult kanji character to write, but at least I can remember the sound. Sekken. I went to my local convenience store. I had this conversation with a young person working at the counter. I said, "Suyosen ga, hai, okakuma nan desho?" The conversation was happening in Japanese, but I'll translate it into English. Excuse me, yes sir, can I help you? Yes, second kudasai. Second, please. Yes sir. One more time, please. Second, just tell me what the second is. I'll go get it. I just want to buy it. What? Sir, I'm sorry, I'm just not sure if we stock that item. I'll have to check with my manager. Could you please repeat that one more time? I said, how many times do you want me to repeat it? Second, second, second. Sir, perhaps that is an item which they only sell in America? I said, no. I know you have it here. Refused to understand what I was saying. At first I thought it was his fault, so I just spoke louder and repeatedly. Obviously it wasn't his fault, it's my fault. I was forgetting a very important aspect of the Japanese syllabary. It's called the little tsu. Now, those of you who are studying Japanese or know Japanese, you will know there are two tsus in Japanese. The little tsu and the normal tsu. The normal tsu is very easy to remember because it makes a sound. The sound is tsu. The little tsu makes no sound. It just instructs you to wait infinitesimally before proceeding to the next syllable. So it's not second, which is what I was saying. It's second, which to us is almost the same. Anyway, if you make this mistake, no Japanese person will ever understand what you're trying to say, so please be careful of the little tsu. This was what was happening. I was saying to him again and again and again. This, second, second. Come on, you know second. Second. Sir, perhaps, sir. Second, sir, could you please just calm down for 1 minute? I'm just not sure if I've ever heard of the item you're looking for. Never heard of the item. Look at, when I wash my hair, what do I use? What's this in English? When I put in my shampoo, right? This shampoo, I want the hand version. I want to wash my hands. Sir, if you would like to wash your hands, in the back of this room, there's a door. In the next room, there's a sink. No, that's the toilet. That much I know. I said, Iwa, and I gave up. I searched myself. I found what I was looking for, but I want to know the proper translation for this. So I went back to the same man and I asked him, I said, this This is what I was looking for. This is what I wanted. This is the item I was searching for. What is the proper pronunciation for this item? He said, ah, sir, the proper Japanese pronunciation for that item is Handosopu. Thank you for teaching me English. So, ladies and gentlemen, as I said, I came to Japan 25 years ago, so my Japanese is getting better and better, step by step. I'm starting to lose confidence in my English. And it's not just because I stumbled over my words right there. People say things to me to make me lose confidence in my English. For example, when I moved to New York a couple of years ago to put the show on Broadway, a lot of people ask me, oh, well, where are you from? That's a typical question. I think people ask it in the United States all the time. We ask it in Canada all the time. Just interesting because people are coming from all over the place. But I think, having lived in Japan now for about 25 years, I think I've lost my Canadian accent, so people can't tell where I'm from, particularly. I'm not sure. But I like to have a little bit of fun. So I say, where are you from? I always say, guess. Yeah, I'll go to the taxi, go to a home party, in the bar or restaurant, meeting a stranger for the first time, talking to the waiter. Where are you from? I always say, guess. And here's the countries they say. Russia, Croatia, Sweden, Finland, Denmark, Germany. These countries have one thing in common. English is not the first language. So I get frustrated. I say, no, come on. I'm from Canada. And they automatically say the same response. Ah, of course, Quebec, the French part. I say, no, I'm from Toronto. Makes me lose confidence in my English. Also in Japan, when I first came to Japan, one thing I was very surprised about, and those of you who've been to Japan, you may have noticed this, is people handing out tissues at the train station. At first I thought these were free tissues to the tissue companies, but then I realized that this is advertising. That's actually genius in Japanese advertising, because like I do advertising my Broadway show in Times Square, I might give people a leaflet or a pamphlet